What is up, guys? I'm here with Marcus.
Hey guys, what's up?
He's been doing really well on his lessons so far, and today we're going to learn how to bay park. Cool. So before you do bay parking or any other maneuver, there's a technique that we need to learn called clutch control. Now, we've been through the clutch and explained how it works, clutch plates, on your controls and instruments lesson. If you haven't seen that, click here and watch that first. We need to know how to control the car and move at less than 5 miles an hour, literally just walking pace, using just the clutch, all right?
Okay, cool.
So if you lift the clutch up all the way, you're going to be driving at 5 miles an hour, and that's too fast for maneuvers. So what we need to learn is how to make the car move really slowly just using the clutch. We're going to hold it at the biting point.
Okay, cool.
So Marcus, imagine this line is your clutch.
Okay.
Down here is your clutch all the way down. 0 miles an hour, we're not going anywhere.
Sure.
Remember, the first half of the clutch doesn't do anything at all.
Yeah.
It's just killing that dead space in between the clutch plates. So once you get halfway up the clutch, that's where the car's gonna start moving. If I keep coming off the clutch, I'm gonna deliver more power from the engine to the wheels, and I'm gonna go up to a speed of 5 miles an hour. Just with the clutch power alone. So what we need to do is make the car move at 1 or 2 miles an hour, and how we're going to do that is using the biting point. So once we feel the car start to move, that's when you need to hold still, and then we're going to use a technique called feathering. We feather the clutch up just a millimeter and down just a millimeter, up for more power and more speed, down for less power and less speed. And it's important to understand that the clutch is working in power and not speed. So if I bring the clutch up to here, and then I'm accelerating 1 mile an hour, 2 miles an hour, I'm gonna keep accelerating. What I need to do then is dip the clutch just a millimeter to deliver less power.
Take it off.
So then I'm maintaining speed instead of still accelerating.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Because the car is still rolling.
The car's still going to keep picking up speed. If I'm delivering enough power to get the car from 0 to 1 mile an hour, it will then go to 2 and keep accelerating really slowly. So I need to deliver just slightly less power so that it maintains speed instead of keeps on accelerating.
Cool.
And so when you're at the biting point, it's important to remember that you're never going to find the perfect amount of clutch, the perfect level. The road undulates, it dips up, it goes down. We're going to need to raise the clutch slightly if we're going slightly up a bump, down if we're going down a hill or down a bump. So you'll never find the right amount of clutch. You always need to keep feathering to maintain that speed that you need to park. Cool. Okay, so firstly, starting position is really important. Where you're going to start is alongside the bays, parallel to the bays, and we need to be parallel so that it makes it easier to get into the bay. And also, don't be too close. Have a look what happens if we're too close to the bay. Here's your bay and we're really close to it. You start turning in, then you hit the end before you're parallel. So let's be a little bit further away. What I recommend is about a car width away. So put a car in between you and the bays, and you'll be able to turn in and be parallel before you get to the end of your bay. Cool. So starting position, done. So that's positioning. We need to drive then forwards up until when your mirror is just slightly past the first line of the bay you want to park in, and then stop. So on maneuvers, one of the most important things that you're doing is observing. Imagine you're in a really busy car park like Asda or Tesco's on Christmas Eve. Everyone's going mad trying to get their last minute turkeys. Right? And there's going to be so many people and kids stressed, walking around, milling about, walking behind and in front of your car. So you've got to keep all of them safe. Before you start turning and taking a really big change in direction, it's really important that you just quickly scan around and you check what's around. Make sure that there's nothing about to come past you like a car, cyclist or pedestrian before you take that turn. So then you've taken that check, you know what's around you. You're going to start to move forward really slowly using the clutch control technique that we just talked about. Steering left nice and briskly, and then you're going to move into that bay. Once you're parallel, and you can see that from the horizon, the horizon of your surroundings matches the bonnet level. Then you can start to straighten up. You can also use the mirrors for this. So you'll be able to see the line. There's the line of the bay, and then there's your car. When your car is parallel with that line, you can straighten up.
Cool.
Right, so use the mirrors or use the horizon. Some people can't see the horizon match up, it doesn't really make sense. So you can also use the mirrors. Whatever technique works for you is great. Okay, then you're going to drive forwards and stop just before you get to the end of your bay. You can see that you're in the bay, again using your mirrors. So can you see there? We've got the line on the back of our bay. And you can see that your back wheel's inside it. Yep. Okay, cool. Also, if you look out of your window, you can see the end of your bay. And where is that? Just underneath your mirror?
It's just under.
Perfect. That's where you're going to stop.
Okay.
Okay. So on your driving test, they're going to take you to a car park that's not busy at all. There's going to be a few cars and a few things that you need to look out for because it will be a working open car park, but it will not be busy. So you still need to satisfy the examiner that you will be able to park in a car park that is very, very busy. So you're going to pretend that it is busy, keep looking around all the time, stopping for anything that comes towards you. So that is pedestrians, you can't reverse towards a pedestrian. If a car's about to pass you, you need to stop for them as well. Cool?
Cool, yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we're lined up and we're in position.
Yeah.
We're about 1 car width away from the bays on our left, and we can see the bay that we're going to use. So what we're going to do is roll forward using that clutch control. We're going to just practice that clutch control technique, moving the car forward nice and slow until we have our wing mirror just in front of the white line. And that's the first white line of the bay that we want to drive into. So into first gear, and let's try that out. Get up to the biting point because we're on a slight hill here. So we want to have the biting point ready so we don't roll backwards.
About there, yeah.
Cool. Moving forwards, really slowly. Perfect, nice. That's exactly your speed. No faster, no slower than that. Until you can see the yellow piece of paper, that's your line. And stop when you get there.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That looks really good to me. Okay, so what do we need to do next? We're in position. Remember, safety is critical.
Yeah, so we need to check all the mirrors and blind spots behind us.
Any cars coming around you, any people or cyclists?
No.
Looks good to me too. Okay, so as you set off, make sure you're at the biting point first so we don't roll backwards.
Yep.
Steer. Not too briskly.
Okay.
Don't rush it, but don't steer slowly.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Too much. There. Perfect.
Okay, cool. And then just ease off the brake. Check around.
And steer. Left. Bit quicker. That's it. And more. Steer all the way left. And keep making sure everyone's safe in the car park. No one's about to run in front of our car. Once you're parallel, can you see that the horizon's just starting to come into line with our car?
Start easing.
And steer back now. And check your mirror as well. See the white line? It's perfectly parallel to your car.
Yeah.
Have a look at where the white line is in front of you. Are we there yet? Are we inside the bay? Could you move forward just a quarter of a metre?
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. Straighten up the wheels and stop there. Excellent. How do you know you're inside the bay? What you can do here, if you're on your driving test, is go handbrake neutral. So secure the car. Take your feet off the pedals and relax, and then open your door to make sure that you're inside the bay. Go for it.
Oh yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah. I'm quite happy with
First time.
I feel like I'm too much on the left, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are closer to the left than the right, but the requirements for your driving test, all 4 wheels need to be inside the box.
Okay.
So if you're slightly wonky or you're a bit closer to the left than the right, that's okay. I've seen some shocking parking in my time. And if you can park with all 4 wheels inside the box and always park like that for your whole driving career, you're going to make a lot of people happy.
Okay, cool.
Cool?
Yeah, I think the only thing was it can be a little hard just to see where the white lines are, but like you say, you just have to make sure you get the mirror set up and then just kind of I think just the more you do it, the more you get used to how much you have to turn it in.
It's like baking a cake as well.
Yeah.
If you use the same ingredients and bake it at the same temperature every single time, if you use the same reference points and turn the same speed every single time, you'll get it every single time.
Yeah, because one of the things where I couldn't quite see the lines, but I was like, well, I'm just going to do what you said, get the reference point, and it did line up right. So.
Did you see the horizon?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Came into view and lined up with the bonnet?
Yes, yeah.
And did you notice in the mirror, which one was easier, the mirror or the horizon?
I found the horizon was easier than the mirror.
Yeah, try both techniques and see which one you get on with.
Yeah.
Next comes the bit that you could fail your driving test on. We need to make sure we've got really good observation for this. Let's set up and let's get out of the bay.
Cool, so reversing.
Yep, we're going to reverse out now.
Oh God, okay. Cool, right, so...
Good, first prepare.
Yeah.
POM routine.
And then put it into reverse.
Observe.
Observe. Everything.
And if it's clear, then we can move.
Yep, we're clear. Just handbrake down.
And it's really important that you keep up your effective observations all the way through this manoeuvre until you are stopped.
Yeah.
Great. Biting point ready.
Yeah, about there.
Handbrake off.
Down. Check.
And as soon as you start moving, start to steer left.
Okay, cool.
Steer left, 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 all the way. Great. Great observations. Keep looking both sides, making sure that no one's got out of a car and started to walk behind you. And keep it up until you stop the car. So that's perfect, we're parallel, let's stop there. And make sure your wheels are fully straight one more time. Yeah. And then you can drive off.
Cool.
Parallel parking. Oh, bay parking. Bay parking.
Hey!
Done. Right guys, that was bay parking. If you need help with any other manoeuvres, watch them here. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.